Hiya, I'm Jasper, and welcome to your video review for The Umbrella Academy, Season 3. So, as always, I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the furry. To start off with the furry, don't think there was any. Alright, moving on to the good, the bad. So, to give you some perspective, I liked Season 1 well enough. Wasn't the greatest thing since sliced bread to me. I know some people were just like losing their minds about it, but I thought there were some good parts to it. It was fun. And then with the second season, while watching the third season, I realized that I don't think I actually finished the second season because the number of times that I had to be like, hey, what is that? Or wait, what is that? When did that happen? Wait, what is that referring to? I feel like maybe I just never finished the second season because they time travel into the past. There was a lot of like bullshit I didn't care about. So yeah, but what I will say is that this season was awesome. Klaus is always and forever shall remain my favorite character, but in the first, and I haven't rewatched seasons 1 or 2, or clearly even maybe even finished 2, in forever and a half. So maybe Luther was always really funny and a big Dumbo. But in this one, he was definitely a himbo. So he was hardcore himboing it up, and I loved every minute he was on screen. Klaus, still my favorite, but the himbo that is Luther, he's like Kronk. Not quite as funny as Kronk, because nobody will be, but he was awesome. So I really appreciated that they leaned into that. I liked the direction that they went with this season. And oh man, did they definitely use their budget. There was just a phenomenal amount of really amazing CGI, but I like that they still kept it close in. It kind of reminded me of a little bit of Altered Carbon, how there's this like massive scale of things, and when they need to use it, they do. But then there's just those scenes in the hotel in Altered Carbon where they're just like, it's just those people. And like, yeah, you have this scale when you need it, but you still have the people. And I felt like they did that with this one where they still had the people. And I liked how they tied the different things together. I liked that they didn't wait until like the last 20 minutes of the last episode to suddenly everything comes together and everything is revealed. I liked how there was like a little bit of arcs and like developments and like bits of mystery that they kept solving and growing and figuring out and changing and dynamically moving throughout the season. So it wasn't just like you can watch the first episode, you can watch the last episode, and the rest of it is just kind of like fiddle fucking around, which I think might have been a little bit how I felt in the second season, so maybe that's why I didn't finish it. I don't know. I really don't. So this third season, though, everything jived together really well, and I liked it. I liked that we got to see people's powers. I liked the new powers that they introduced. I liked how they introduced them, the little side stories, the flashbacks, whatever else. And so, I think part of why I like the season so much is that Klaus is in it, Luther's a himbo, and number 5 still is a badass motherfucker. He is such a badass. I remember him being the best part, I mean, aside from Klaus, being the best part of season 1, and from the parts of season 2 that I remember, he was still kicking butt. But in this one, so awesome. Love him so much. So, yeah, the characters just really worked. Maybe they just finally figured things out. Maybe it was just in a time frame that I appreciated. Maybe just kind of they're like, you know how in Buffy, where they're like, oh, it's another apocalypse, great, like, here we go again. You know, when they got to that point in the show, because they really knew their characters and were writing for them really well, and they just had that growth. I felt like they were here with that in season 3 of Umbrella Academy, where they knew their characters, they were like, yep, oh great, you know, anything we do is just going to cause the apocalypse, it's great, it's fantastic, let's do this. So, yeah, and then the character closures that they had, and how they did it was just absolutely fantastic. The music, of course, and how they integrate the music. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But how they integrate the music, especially, is so good. if you like the first season well enough and you like the second season, like this third season is awesome, and it makes watching those other two seasons totally worth it. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna give it a thumbs up. I didn't particularly care for the like, oh, I was Vanya, but now I'm Victor, like blah blah blah. Trying to integrate the Ellen Elliot Page thing from her real life. I didn't think it was necessary. I don't think that her character's life has to mirror her life, but I get that like she is the star of the show, so to speak. Like she is the big name that appears on it. So I'm sure that wanting to integrate that might have come from her, or might have just been like, oh, let's capitalize on that. So I don't think it was necessary. I don't think it really added much to the story, but I do think that they handled it well enough. Like the characters' reactions to things, I think was in line with the characters how they would have reacted. So you know, whatever. I also think that probably based on the I don't know audience metrics that they have of who watches Umbrella Academy, I'm sure they were like they're gonna love this. So you know, it's fine. It's whatever. It overall didn't detract from my overall enjoyment of the show and the season and all the characters and the powers and the actions, the interactions, the music and the CGI and the acting and the everything else. It was great. So recommend. But yeah, that's really all I have for this one. If you've seen it, let me know who your favorite character is. And if it's not Klaus, you're wrong in the comments down below. That's all I have for this one. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you at the next one. Bye.